It's David here. Today I want to talk a little bit about a strategy that you can use to grow your branded Instagram accounts faster that not many people know about. You're an influencer, or if you're a e-commerce brand, this is a really great strategy to grow your Instagram faster and to build a really engaged audience on Instagram. With that, I want to say thanks for watching this video and visiting my channel. I'm just sharing all the things I know and I've come across for how to do the things that you love and get paid for that. And so that's what this channel is all about. I'll be sharing the things that I love and also be sharing how I build businesses around the things that I love and I'm interested in. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button. Also, if this video provides value to you, if it shows you something that you didn't know before, please hit the like button as well, just because it helps more people see that. So by hitting the like button, more people will also be able to find out how to do what they love. The last thing is, at the end of this video, I'll be showing you another way to accelerate the process I'm going to be talking about throughout this video. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll kind of show you kind of a little trick or hack to do it that I think is really great. So let's get into it. So the strategy I'm going to be talking about today, it is called, some people call them repost accounts, some people call them viral accounts. I like to think of them as a community account. So I'm just going to call them community profiles. Let's just call it, right? And so a community profile is basically a second profile that is related to your brand, that kind of like, it's really specific to a specific type of interest that somebody might have around your brand. So I'm really interested in traveling. I'm really interested in nomads, just kind of traveling the world and all those kind of stuff, all those kind of things. So my personal brand is around that, but it's also around other things. And the problem with that is that the Instagram algorithm, sometimes it has a challenge. If it's not like specifically about travel, then some of your posts it won't show to your audience, or some of your followers followed you because they were interested in some of my followers followed me because they were interested in travel. Some of my followers followed me because I do a daily note on my profile, so some of them are interested in that. Other people are interested maybe in other things. But basically, my Instagram profile is this kind of mix of lots of different interests that represent me as a person, and I'm sure it will be the same thing as for your brand. If it's clothing, if it's shoes, you want to kind of capture a certain set of interests. Now, that doesn't do well with an algorithm. The algorithm then has to decide, okay, who should I show this picture of travel to? And if only a subset of your overall audience is interested in travel, then your post will not perform as well with the algorithm. And so community profiles allow you to just lock in on one specific interest. So everyone who's following that profile has that one interest. So whenever you post, the algorithm does better because all you're posting about is that specific interest, and it's matching exactly the audience that is interested. So that's one reason why community profiles work better. Another reason why community profiles work better and they grow faster is because you can select content that already works. So you can go out and you can find viral content and you can post that to your account. And if that might not be content that you want to post to your personal branded account. It might not be content that you want to post to your business branded account. So when you're on your personal account and your business branded account, you're kind of experimenting with content. Some content does well, some content doesn't. But you're kind of experimenting with whatever your brand is actually going to be, and you want to be more careful around that, and you just don't want to repost anything that might just go super viral. With your community account, you can actually afford to do that because it's not your personal brand, and you can say, okay, this is just a community of people who are interested in travel. Let's post, or nomads, or people traveling. Let's just post content relating to that. So that's kind of really, that's a really nice thing, is that it gives you the freedom to post things that already work and can go viral when your community is already locked in. The third reason why community accounts work really well, and I love this about it, is that what I do with, and I'll kind of get a little bit into how you manage your community account. But the third thing is you can repost other people's things, you can tag other people, you can just kind of do things that are a little bit more aggressive to kind of juice the algorithm, and things that you might not necessarily want to do with your personal account. So I think those are the three reasons why you want to think about it. The fourth one is, I think, is the biggest reason of all. A repost account can actually, if you do it right, can actually become an asset. When you build a repost account, because it grows faster, because you have a general audience, because it's not directly tied to your brand, there are people who will want to pay you to make a post for them. They might ask for a shout out. They might ask, for you to share their story. They might want to you just to do an advertisement in your feed. And that might not necessarily be right for your brand, but it would be right for your repost account. So if you grow your community profile big enough, then over time, people that might actually become a mini business inside of your bigger business, where people are willing to pay you to post. And over time, if you want to sell that account, you can always sell it. So there's a lot of reasons, kind of financially, why you also would want to invest in creating one of these accounts. Aside from the fact that you can also use it to grow your profile. So all that being said, hopefully you understand now why you want to create a community profile, you want to maintain it, you want to grow it. The downside is, there are two downsides with the community profile. One, it takes a little bit to grow one of these profiles. You have to commit, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks to growing this profile to a place where you actually see the results. You actually start getting followers from it. You actually start, you get it to 10,000 followers, so that when you post a link, then people can kind of click out. It takes a little bit to grow that audience. So that's something that it's a thing, right? The second thing is that it takes more time to manage. Each additional account takes a little more time. Now, if you have a branded profile that you actually really care about, the community profile, it won't take as much time to manage that profile, because you can set it up so that people are tagging you. You can set it up so that people are you can set it up so that your content, you can find content more quickly. It's all reposted content, so none of it is really original. So it's nice in that it doesn't take a lot of time for you to manage. But it still takes more time than just managing one account. So those are kind of the downsides of a community account. But hopefully, as you've seen, the reasons why you want to do a community account outweigh the reasons why you wouldn't want to do it. So with that, I just want to take a few minutes to show you how to set up your repost account, or your community account. So this is mine. It's called Traveling Simply, and you can see, it has some hashtags. I'm really trying to create a community of people who have a specific interest. I want to attract people who are like me, who travel for work, who are kind of pursuing the things that they love. So this is my community account. And so you want to say why they want to follow or join that community on Instagram. Meet nomads, get inspiration for your adventures. And then I have my personal profile here in this account that will say, it's by me. So if you come to this profile, you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. You want to know who is managing the account. Then you can kind of say, oh, it's by David K. Dundas, and then people will go to my profile, and then they'll see who I am, and if they like my profile, they'll follow me. So that's one way to set up your the bio. It's set up a little bit differently than your general profile. You want to give people a reason why they should join your community profile. The third thing that I didn't talk about here is you want to have it saying you want to have people tag you with their content. And I'll kind of get into that in a little bit as to how that works. But the nice thing when you start doing this is once your profile gets to a certain size, smaller accounts will start tagging you. And one, that's an amazing signal for the Instagram algorithm. But two, people start generating the content for you. So they'll start tagging you, and every day you might get 5 or 10 tags that you can then reshare to your account. Eventually those people will tag you, and then you might want to charge those people to feature you. But ultimately, once you get to a certain point, this actually does the work for you, because you're saying, hey, if you tag me in your post, then one, it's a great signal for Instagram. Two, it might add additional discovery. If you're tagged in a photo or in a post, then other people who see you tagged in that photo or that post will then visit your profile. And so you want to make sure you have this tag, this profile to be featured. I'll just kind of dig in. I'll kind of show you. So that's how you set up the profile itself. The next thing I want to show you about a repost account is, a community profile, is that you can see here. I want to show you the photos of you. So when you say, okay, tag simply, traveling simply to be featured, these are all the people who have tagged my profile or places they've gone. And so every day I get more and more tags, right? And the nice thing about that is that I can just, when I'm ready to post, or if I want to share a story, I can just take one of these and then share them into my profile. And that means the content, you're not searching a long time. You're just kind of searching through what's been tagged, and you're saying, oh, I like that picture, I'm going to share this picture, right? And so that's really cool, because one, it saves you time when you're creating your repost account. But the other thing that's super cool that I love about this is that when you share somebody else's post, they are very thankful about that. They actually like it. It gives them, you've just given something to them that, you didn't ask for anything, you just did it, and it makes their day better. It makes them happy, right? And so I can show you when I feature another profile, what you'll see is people will message me, and so this was when I featured this guy, and then he said, he created another story and mentioned me and saying, thanks for featuring me, or this woman, and so I say, okay, I feature her post in my story, and she says, thank you so much, and I say, great shot, right? And so when you do that, you're actually just kind of giving back, right? It's giving back to the community that you actually want to serve, and I think just in general, that's an amazing thing. So with your repost account, that's something that you actually want, with your community account, that's actually something that's really cool that's something that's really cool, that a benefit of managing your community profile. So that's that, that's how you set it up. Let me just show you, the last thing I actually want to show you is when you post with a community account specifically. So you go out, you find your picture that's related to the community. So I'll open this one up, and this is what this is how I create the post. Is that I say such a cool shot from IOC, right? So this is the person who I posted by. I tag them in the photo, and here you can see I also say tag someone that you love, and then in this, and then I also say tag traveling simply to be featured, and obviously you have your hashtags. But this is you give a shout out to the person who you're referring to, or the profile that you're referring to. Two, you tag them in the photo. Number three, you have some type of question, you kind of ask for engagement from the community. And number four, if they're reading that post, you want to remind them that they can also be featured. All they have to do is tag you in their post. And so this is how you make a post so that you can optimize for being tagged in your community profiles. And so that's the rundown on community profiles. Now, in the beginning of this video, I talked a little bit about how you could accelerate this process. And not many people talk about this, but you could actually purchase Instagram profiles that are kind of smaller, right? So you can actually say, okay, I want to jumpstart this process. I don't want it to take a while to get my first 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 followers. I just want to jumpstart this thing. And so one way to do that is actually buying profiles. And profiles are pretty expensive. You can get them under $100 for a profile that has 3,000 to 5,000 followers. If you want a really big profile, like 100,000 followers, you can purchase those for $500, and then you automatically have built-in traffic to wherever you want to go. You probably also have a revenue stream. People who immediately pay you from shoutouts. And so what I've done is I've compiled a list of profiles you can actually purchase from my agency. And so if you're interested in jumpstarting this strategy with just purchasing a profile up front, that way you don't have to do as much work to get started on this strategy, then there's a link below, and it'll take you to a place where you can actually get those, you can get a list of those profiles. And if there's a niche that you're actually interested in, hit me up and I'll try to find you a profile that that you might actually want to purchase. So so that's that. This is how you create a community profile that will be a companion to your personal brand or your e-commerce store brand. You just basically, you want to create a profile that is really focused on building a true community, and it's not focused on you or not focused on your brand. As I mentioned, there are so many different benefits from this that I don't see why anyone wouldn't do this aside from not having the time to manage a second account. So thanks so much. Again, if this video was helpful for you, definitely hit the like button so more people see it. If you like this video and if you want to learn about how to get paid to do the things that you love, my goal is I want to help more people do the things that they love and get paid for it. And that's always going to be my driving goal with these videos, with my agency. That's my core ethos. And if you want to see the things that I love and share that process of creating the things that I love, and subscribe to the channel. 3, if you're interested in accelerating that process of creating your community account, link is in the description. So again, thanks so much guys for watching this video. I really hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to hit me up. My email is david@helloconvo.com, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace. Hey guys, what is up? It's David